we'll reach around the shoulder joint again. I always try to do on one side what I do on the other. And now one of the marvelous joys of using the body cushion, I can move Danielle's head and neck to the side. And so in this way I'm stretching the muscles along the side of her neck. In this case we're stretching up her trapezius. I'm going to hold her head at the occiput and then just slide right down with the heel of my hand. And again, notice my body posture. I don't want to be putting a lot of force on my low back. So I'm just going to go in there. How's it feel? Good? Okay, good. Now we'll go to the other side. And so now we'll straighten out the neck again. I'm going to go over here and we're going to mobilize the shoulder joint. We're compressing and rolling the flexors and extensors of the arm. And we're mobilizing the elbow, moving it in a circular pattern. And also at the same time we're mobilizing the shoulder joint. So it's kind of a nice release and also a bit of a massage for flexors and extensors of the forearm. The hand is moving, fingers are moving, elbows moving, shoulders moving. And now we'll go into a stretch. Nice deep breath. Very good. We'll have a nice stretch this way. Careful not to pull excessively at the wrist. For the most part, at the elbow or above, proximal to the elbow. You get a nice long stretch. This way. I'm going to place her hand here. Nice deep breath again. Very good. Now with the arm down alongside, the scapula is moving away from the spine. And we're going to do a little work along the side here. I want to get a nice low posture. Take all the strain off my back. I'm going right under the axillary border of the scap, right into the joint capsule. Okay, so we're going right up the lat, teres major and lat. We'll isolate the triceps, right down the arm. Just opens that up very nicely. And this gives us nice circular motion. Now at this point, if you are using armrests, this is where an armrest comes into play. We can just slide the armrest right underneath the lower sheet, and it just comes into play to support the arm very nicely at about the same elevation as the upper body. Give her hand a little stretch here. Fingers, palm, thumb. Long stroking from L5 all the way up the lat, around the shoulder, and out the fingers, watching my posture, and we'll repeat this on the other side. Other options for the armrests include supporting the arm in a way that really lets the client's shoulder release. The arm is well supported. Here I'm working along the tricep, and you can just see the mobility for that shoulder joint. She's well supported. I'm going to move it up just a little bit more, and this gives me the ability to position her arm in a way that idealizes the approach for working deltoid. Okay? And again, we'll do this on the other side. Now that we've worked the shoulder joints pretty thoroughly, we're going to go in and do a scapular mobilization and just kind of get the area ready. And to perform this mobilization, I'm going to move Danielle's neck and head to the side and make a place for the placement of the elbow, and just move her elbow in so that it becomes a vertical support, and then the scapula can pivot at the glenoid cavity. And I'm just rotating the inferior angle medially, and the scap just pops up for me. Notice there's no pressure on my back. I'm nice and relaxed. I'm in an upright position. I'm completely encircling nearly completely circling. Levator, rhomboideus minor, and the upper trap. Going in, stretching the rhomboid, stretching the trapezius. And just nice easy stretch. Now you're going to find a varying degree of mobility in various subjects, but I think you'll find that most of your subjects are going to appreciate this approach. I know you will, because it just makes it so much easier. And what you remember about this is that you're working the scapula on the opposite side of the body. So I'm reaching across. Okay? And then we'll repeat that on the other side. After performing that one, you're going to want to kind of smooth out your guest here. Really work this. But you'll allow them a really nice sense of completeness of application when you do this. Just a really nice release. So after working the other side, I'm going to recover my client, and I like to put a nice warm towel over the shoulders and cover the upper body. So we can do that. Now she might enjoy too the option of having her arms alongside, in which case I can add arm rests, and these again just fit right alongside underneath the sheet. Now you'll notice I'm using a fitted sheet. Most of you are probably not using fitted sheets. Doesn't really matter, it just fits right under the sheet, and you see now her arm can rest very well along that side. And as many of you know, the body cushion allows long periods of restful face down positioning, and what makes that possible is in great measure body parts are below the level of the heart, so there's a balance of blood flow. Also, the flex position for the body enhances the lymphatic flow, and the crescent doesn't support on the frontal or maxillary sinuses. Moving down to the lower extremities, I've taken the top sheet and pulled it up under Danielle's thigh to give her that safety and security of draping, after which time I'm placing the knee to the side. In doing so, we're rotating the hip externally to shorten the spanning muscles that span from the sacrum to the greater trochanter. Remember, we started at L5, so I'm going to go right back up to L5, come down across the gluteus, down across the deep muscles that span from the trochanter to the sacrum, and I'm going to go up the IT band, TFL, around the greater trochanter, and we're going to go up the posterior aspect of the thigh. And notice my body posture. I have no strain on my back. I'm kind of pushing across. Now, in working hamstrings, I'm going to have the knee flexed with the knee to the side. We'll prepare that area, and now I'm going to knuckle right up into the ischial tuberosity. And this will save the strain on your wrists. Using your knuckles at this angle, if you push with your palms, you could run into problems. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to just go right up in around the trochanter. All the while, your guest is privately draped. And we're going to go right up the IT band, knuckling right up into ischial tuberosity. It's a really nice release. So starting up at L5, we're working our way distally, moving down lower extremities. And now, working the leg all the way down, drawing out the energy out the toes. What I think about is going up the heel cord, slightly medially, you'll find the split, the natural split between the gastrocnemius, allowing you to palpate down into soleus. Lighter pressure behind the knee. We'll go right up again, up to L5, and right back down again. Careful not to apply any pressure on our low back. We want to work in a way that we keep our upper body low in this case.